wish upon a star. Makes no difference who you are. Anyone you'd like to hear will come to you. Welcome to the forest. Today we will explain some Bambi characters, starting with Bambi himself. Bambi is a young white-tailed deer and a prince of the forest. As a fawn, he's incredibly curious and eager to learn about the world around him. He's also rather clumsy, and he is still learning to get his feet under him. Bambi enjoys playing with his friends, Thumper and Flower, and exploring the woods. He lacks the cautiousness seen in his mother and the other older animals in the forest, and often charges forward without thinking. His status as a prince is important to him, and he is eager to impress his father. By the time he has developed into a mature buck, Bambi is ready to take his rightful place and rule alongside his father, the great prince of the forest.
Did you know that?
Bambi makes cameos in several other films, including The Rescuers and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And he is so iconic a character for Disney that he even appears on Disney stock certificates.
Now you know.
Here is Bambi's mother. Bambi's mother is a kind, protective force. Her job is to shelter and raise her son while her husband, the great prince of the forest, rules over the woods. She takes this task to heart, teaching Bambi all there is to know about the forest and warning him of the dangers of man. Although her warnings are enough to keep Bambi safe, they are not enough to save her, and, well, she is unfortunately killed by a hunter. This is Friend Owl. Friend Owl is known throughout the forest. He is particularly close to the royal family, serving at times as an advisor to the great prince of the forest. Friend Owl watches over Bambi, offering advice and teaching him about the forest. Although he is usually cheerful, Friend Owl tends to grow grumpy in the spring, as he gets annoyed at all the animals getting twitter-pated, his word for falling in love. In spite of this, Friend Owl is quite happy that Bambi finds love with Faline and presides joyously over the birth of their 2 sons. Speaking of which, here's Faline right now. A fellow deer, Faline befriends Bambi at a young age. It is she who approaches Bambi at the pond and who later gives him his first kiss. As a young fawn, Faline is sweet, if a bit giggly, and bubbly. These traits lessen as she grows up and becomes a more sensible, mature deer. Faline has a tendency to end up in situations where she needs help, whether it is being pursued by an unwanted suitor or chased by hunting dogs. But she is not without resourcefulness of her own. Faline manages to get herself far enough from the hunting dogs to safely await rescue and even escapes from a fire in the forest. Faline ultimately becomes Bambi's mate and the mother to his twin fawns. Here is the great prince of the forest. Intimidating to look at, the great prince of the forest is truly soft at heart. He is known through the woods for his bravery and wisdom and is said to have lived longer than any other deer in the forest. The great prince seems to have an ability to sense oncoming danger, and as such is considered the protector of the forest. Although he is not a big presence in his son's young life, the great prince shows little hesitation at taking Bambi under his wing, or hooves, and teaching him the ways of the forest when his mother dies. Here's Flower. Flower is a little skunk and one of Bambi's best friends. The two meet when Bambi is sniffing the flowers in which Flower is asleep. Bambi is still learning how to speak and mistakenly calls the little skunk Flower, which the skunk allows the fawn to use as his name. Flower is shy and thoughtful. He finds Bambi's many questions charming, although he is not particularly eager to answer them when he is hibernating. Although Flower swears he will not become Twitter-pated like the other animals in the forest, he can't help himself. When he matures, he falls in love with a female skunk, and the two have a son whom they name Bambi, named after their friend.
Did you know that?
Flower is often mistaken for a girl due to his name and long eyelashes. And his real name is not known, as he agrees to let Bambi call him Flower. And he makes a small cameo in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Now you know.
And now, here's Thumper. Thumper is the first and best friend Bambi makes in the forest. Although he is also quite young, Thumper considers himself wise in the ways of the forest and takes it upon himself to teach the young fawn everything he knows. Unfortunately, Thumper's advice, while well-meaning, often gets him and his friends in trouble. Thumper is a playful rabbit. He loves exploring the forest and has an excellent sense of adventure. He also has a good sense of humor, although what he considers to be funny is often perceived by others as mischievous. He is best known for thumping his foot, which is how he claims he got his name.
Did you know that?
Thumper has 4 sisters and was originally meant to have a much smaller role in Bambi. His part was increased to add comic relief. And according to a line in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Thumper is Roger's uncle and is ranked 44th in Empire Magazine's 50 Best Animated Movie Characters.
Now you know.
And that's all I got for Bambi. Join me next time and we'll head back to France and we'll explain characters from Beauty and the Beast.